Well, hi there and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about this cool little machine I just bought from Harbor Freight of all places. It's an ultrasonic cleaner, and I had been watching a YouTube video with some guy was using one of these to clean a carburetor, and I'm like, I'm going to try it. In the past, I've always used carb cleaner. Carb cleaner is very toxic, not good fumes, highly volatile. You have to figure out what to do with it afterwards. But this is actually pretty clean. I'm using basically Simple Green, the environmental version of it, so that's nice. So between using this ultrasonic cleaner and then I also have a Vibratory parts cleaner, these carburetor parts should come out pretty clean. So right now I've got the heater set. We're going to do 20 minutes. We're going to load the basket up with the big pieces. So and I'm going to put these to where they kind of, nothing's covered up. And see what we get for results. I did this previously on another carburetor. This is the carburetor off my MGB GT. It only holds so much stuff at first, so you definitely are going to have to kind of do multiple batches of it. So it's just a question of finding how it all fits. We also don't want it to necessarily rub while in there. And then, all this little small bits and pieces can kind of fit in there also at the same time. So yeah, as I said, it's very pretty impressive what a really decent job this thing will do. So we'll get as many pieces as we can fit for the time being. And as I said, we will have to definitely do multiple batches of the stuff. So, and we will also, I said after we're done with this, we'll toss it in the vibratory sander, and it'll definitely do a very, very nice job. So, okay, so I think that is enough parts for the first piece. So we'll open that up. As you can see, there's a nice bath of green stuff in there, and literally just kind of grab the whole thing and pop it up in here, dump it in, put the lid on it, and hit the button. Let's see. You know what? We'll go back to, I think 25 would be good. Kind of buzzes away, and you kind of just come back in a little bit and see how it goes. Awesome. Okay, so I ran it through actually a couple of 20-minute cycles, mainly because I was kind of busy doing something else. So let's see what it looks like. Do the big reveal here. So pop that out. And we can grab the tray. Let it kind of drip dry for a second. I'm also going to grab a couple of these pieces that have some water in it. Put it back where it belongs. Yeah, this is kind of good and warm actually. So next step is I'm going to take this over to the sink, give it a good wash. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blow it off afterwards as an air hose, just to make sure that all this, there's no water that stays behind. So anyway, I'll be right back. Actually, in the meantime, thinking about it, actually no, we'll do that. So I will be right back. So here's the result. Pretty nice job. It's nice and clean. Turned out really nice. All the nastiness is gone, which is a good thing. And so, I said, without the use of yucky carburetor cleaner, which is not my favorite thing, wearing a mask and the whole 9 yards, it does a very, very nice job. So next we'll toss the rest of the parts, and then we'll also get our vibratory cleaner out too, to kind of give these parts, and especially the small screws and stuff, an additional polish. So yeah. Anyway, I'll get those cut and cleaned, and then once that's done, I will go ahead and resume this video and show kind of putting it in the vibratory cleaner. So awesome. Okay, so this is my vibratory parts cleaner. This is actually something I had left over from back in the days when I was into hunting and reloading and all the other good stuff. And quite frankly, I haven't used it in a long time. There's actually some media in here already, so that was used to clean brass casings, and I found that it worked out pretty good. So basically I just strap pieces in, and go from there. I'm going to put all the little pieces. Now you may ask yourself, how am I not going to lose all these pieces in the media? Well, the good news is I have a pretty decent magnet that I'm going to toss, when I go through here, I'll make sure I have it. So, but yeah, this does do a very nice job. The only thing is it takes a little bit of time. This is pretty well put it in overnight, and then come back and look at it, 12, 20 something hours later. So it takes a little bit of time to get it done. But I'm not in a rush, and a little patience is worth it. And as I said, I'll go ahead and just put all the little bits and pieces in here so it gets nicely cleaned up. So, as I said, it does a very, very nice job of doing that. So I think that's pretty much it for the little pieces. We'll put the cover on it. I'm actually going to put this on the floor. This thing tends to have the potential to walk a little bit, and I don't want it to walk right off the table, if that makes sense. That would be, as we like to call, no bueno. So now that it's all done, I'll go ahead, tighten up the lid so we don't have media floating around everywhere. I'll put it on the floor, and then I'll plug it in and run it. So yeah, cool. And then when it's all said and done, we'll bring it back up here and take it out and check it out together. Awesome. Okay, so we've had this thing running for not quite a day, but pretty darn close. And so now for the big reveal. I did have to take this spring out because earlier on when I kind of looked at it, all the little pieces had gotten caught up in it. So that was kind of funny how that worked out. It was kind of a catcher. So, but just to kind of prove what it looks like, so we kind of go dig around in here. Well, this has nothing to do with the carburetor, but it is a feeler gauge that was looking a lot worse for wear until I put it in there. So, which cleaned it up quite nice. This came out of my BMW motorcycle. But we start looking at the parts for the carburetor. I mean, nice and clean. Little springs. And it does a really nice job of just kind of getting rid of all any kind of surface imperfection. Obviously, on brass, it does a really good job. It kind of does a nice job polishing it. And then on these bigger pieces, if you start looking at that, I mean, that actually looks really, really decent. Especially if you compare it to what it looked like before. Before it was quite nasty looking. So yeah. So again, it does a really super nice job. I'm pretty impressed. This is kind of the 1-2 combo. I am going to most likely have to put my magnet in here, mainly because I did toss a bunch of little washers and other pieces in here. But yeah, as you can tell, I mean, it does look. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it's way better than it was before. I mean, good enough to basically put back in the car and not feel too embarrassed about it. So, yeah, anyway, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll catch you on the next video. Okay, bye now. If you like this video, hit subscribe and give us a big like down below. Thanks for watching.